Hey guys, how's it going? Today we are going to be doing some work here in the greenhouse. We have been working on going through different areas out here and organizing and cleaning. We just got the high tunnel all done and it looks so great. I love starting a fresh season, like the fresh spring season with fresh spaces. And this area in here has kind of become a little bit of, well, a catch-all. Standing back looking at the doors, you can see just piles of things. It just happens when you're busy. You just kind of set things all over the place. You know, I've got hollyhocks that are growing up on top of the landscape fabric. I'm going to try to remove those because they never do great in here. They don't have room to grow and they always get spider mites. So I really want to clean this whole area up. In fact, I think I'm going to even move this table out so that we have easier access to the hose and all the stuff over here. We've got plants that need to be groomed and organized. Some of these things are just absolutely stunning, like this heather right here. And other things would look more stunning if I would spend some time grooming them. Whoop! Russell, almost lost your footing. And then right over here, we had a crate of toys out at the basketball court that we forgot about during all of our snow and all of that business, all the rain we got. So it's in here drying out. There's a fan pointed at particularly my, not ice skates, roller skates. They were all like full of water and snow. Benjamin's, we're gonna have to replace his roller skates. The end blew out of one of his. I need to groom up these plants. There's chicken wire I can put somewhere else. I either need to stake or repot this avocado because it's taken to growing off center there, and I'd like it to be more upright, but it's doing great. You know, we could spend some time over here cleaning up around our citrus trees. I need to groom. Look at this. It's a gorgeous plant if I would just get in here and take all of the dead looking leaves off of it. We need to groom up our green stock vertical gardens here. This one is full of herbs and edible flowers. Like there's a calendula right here, which will come back. I just need to cut back and clean these things up. This one was full of kind of spring blooming things. Like you can see this one. Look at that beautiful flower. There's creeping jenny, vinca, and then lamium that looks beautiful. But like these vines could benefit from a cutback so that they can grow back fresh. We have a calla lily that we planted in here, not this winter, but the past like 2 years ago. There's also a hooker in there that I recently cut back, but that's doing really well. You know, I could take everything out and position the calla in the center. Maybe today, maybe not, I don't know. We've got more geraniums over here to groom. You can see Douglas is chilling on the burlap sacks. Hey, dude. And then over here, it kind of becomes messier in particular because this is where I do a lot of my projects right here at this table. So I need to go through all of this stuff. There's just like trash and stuff that I need to throw away. We do save all the 4-inch containers and trays though, so I just need to go through that. Same kind of business over here. I really just need to find a new home. Proven Winner sent these out and it's a really neat concept and a lot of people are a lot more attentive to this sort of thing. But if you give me a glass jar with a house plant, this is what it's going to end up looking like. Plant looks okay though. I prefer things to be in soil and containers, so I don't have to clean the glass and try to keep them looking nice that way. And then we just have some junk to go through and put where things need to go. A lot of it doesn't even belong in here. And plant grooming and floor cleanup over here. All the fig leaves around this one. And if we have time, I think I'm going to move this furniture set in here, which might require, I'm not sure exactly how I will position it in here, but I thought it would be so nice to have more than just one chair in here because the kids love to come in, well, Samantha in particular loves to come in and play in the sandbox and or sand pools. These right here have been a huge hit and the cats stay out of them. I don't know what the deal is, but they just leave them alone. But I thought since at this moment we've got some room in here, we could set up a little seating arrangement so that, you know, Aaron and I can both sit in here while the kids are playing, or the kids can sit and relax. We just currently only have the one chair. And I'm sure that these two would love to have the furniture set in here. You give them nice heated beds, cushy beds, and they will find either the most accommodating looking outdoor chair they can find, or they'll find like the burlap sack or the edge of a coat. If I take my vest off, that's where Russell will be. He will find it and he will lay on it. Okay, so we've got our work cut out. I'm just gonna start, I think, in one corner and work my way around, and hopefully it looks a lot better. I mean, there isn't a lot of open space in here, which is quite nice, but when you start looking at all the stuff in here, you're like, oh my goodness, they need some attention. Let me show you what we've got going on out here though. Oh, look at that sunshine. It's just a beautiful day. All right, guys, so let's get after this. Now my Sharpie in the sandbox, great spot for it. We've made incredible progress out here. I got to a point where I couldn't lift the love seat by myself into the greenhouse, so I'm waiting on Aaron. He is on his way out to help me with that. I might not be able to arrange this set like I had it outside with the two chairs flanking the love seat because I think it might be a little bit too wide, but it doesn't matter. We can just kind of play with it. I think it'll just be so nice to have some seats in here. All right, furniture is in, and I did have to separate the chairs from the love seat, but I think it worked out fine. Look at how much better it looks in here. There's a couple of changes I am going to make, but it'll be gradual. Like all the bags of soil, I don't really want those to be here. I cleared off this table so that we could stack soil on there, but I'm going to be using it here pretty soon, so it's not really worth the effort of moving it from this location to there, probably just for the next, I don't know, couple of weeks. Those bags will be sitting there. But my goal is to have all of the supplies in this corner, like planting supply central here. So you can see our fig tree. It defoliates every winter in here. There's new growth points already. It'll start pushing new leaves here probably pretty quick. And this one is a Chicago fig. It bears tons of figs every single year. And it's been sitting in this exact spot for probably 3 years at this point. So I'm just going to leave it there because it's happy. In this corner, we do have an olive, which has put on a tremendous amount of growth. I don't know if you guys remember how much I cut it back last year. It is starting to defoliate a little bit, but it's been happy in this location. So again, I'm leaving it there. Here are some supplies. I've got gravel here. It's like clean gravel for pond planting. I'm just going to keep that there for now. We've got seed starting mix in this little pile. And then I went through all of our kind of catch-all, and I left the things that I do use out here. I mean, we've got bubbles. The kids use bubbles out here. I've got my snips. I've got the diffuser. This is a dram diffuser that has more holes than normal, so it makes for a softer spray for when I have seedlings in here. And then in this saucer, I have a whole bunch of tags. I usually save tags, like price tags from things, if they have a clear back, because I'll use that to ID something. So I just keep kind of a stack of tags in here along with some markers. Hi, Russell. I've also got a couple of knives in here that I use quite a lot. I've got some vermiculite. I need to get a bucket of vermiculite in here for seed starting season because I use a lot of that. I used this today as like my refuse, my grooming bucket. So all the leaves and stuff that I was pulling off, I was using this, so that comes in kind of handy. These I'm going to find a new home for. Just left them here for now. And then I did toss. We had a great big water dish for the kitties in here, and it was kind of gross, and I've tried to clean it, and it's just kind of at the point where we need a new one. So I just put some fresh water in that little pan until I can go grab a new bucket. Russell, you're blocking it. So there's some fresh water in there. Russell, you want a drink? Oh man. I was hoping that you would make an example out of it, Russell. Geraniums, these two were on this table getting absolutely no sun, so I think they'll be much happier. Had to groom quite a lot off of those. Oh, there he goes. Oh, there he goes. Groomed up these right here. All of these geraniums were ones that we started from seed and had dug up from random places in the garden and have kind of wintered over here, in here. These summered in here. There's the burlap sacks for the cats. And then here are all the white geraniums that we dug out of the ground from underneath the golden rain tree and potted. Actually need to give those a little water today. I've got a couple of mint plants right down here in these containers that I've cut back, and they need to repot. They are so outgrowing their container. Mint is just so incredibly aggressive. Look at this. It did just spread everywhere. Cleaned up the green stalks. Oh my goodness, they look so much better. They're just, you know, not fully planted because some of the pockets either died out or they were annuals, and I'll need to replant. but boy, it feels just fresh. They look fresh. Look at this oregano plant. This is a Hopley's purple oregano. It is so pretty, and the leaves kind of look eucalyptus-esque. What zone is this one? Oh, there's a spider egg sac. Excellent. Zone 5, drought tolerant, long blooming. I need to get some of this for the landscape. I really love that. Can you imagine that in a cut flower arrangement? And there's all kinds of wonderful things in here. We have oregano, we have marjoram, we have chamomile. That still smells amazing, still looks good. There's a bunch of different varieties of thyme in here. There's a couple of different parsley plants. There's some thyme that like are sizable in here. We've got a rosemary here. There's some sorrel. There's also a lot of construction nearby. Sorry about all the noise, the extra noise. And then right in this corner, it didn't change much. I did pop the big bowl that we're planning on using for a water feature in here into the corner. We're just not ready to do that yet. Groomed up this gorgeous geranium. Oh, it's just so pretty. Again, this is one we planted January of 2023. Had this out in front of the chicken coop that summer and then dug it up. And then we had it in here ever since then. There are the citrus trees. We've got the pink lemonade lemon, the lime, and the Meyer lemon. There's our love seat. We don't use this door. In fact, we've got the golf cart and a lawn tractor parked right behind. So I just put it right there. It's going to be perfect. And I don't know that those covers were doing a great job because look how wet those cushions are. I don't know if it was just condensation. Like these aren't super, those are dry. And maybe it's just the top layer, but those, like I can't sit on them yet. We got to let them dry out. And then in this little corner, I did stake up the avocado. It looks so much better like that. Oh my goodness. Moved a few things around, groomed up these plants, just created a little corner of pretty things. And then right here in the center, my next chore I need to do is clean out this big bowl. I'm not going to even go close because it's bad. I need to clear it out. I need to raise up the water lilies just a little bit, and I want to get the water level higher and maybe put a little bit of a spray. You know, I've got a pump in there. You can see the water's moving just gently, and maybe that's fine. I just didn't want still water in here. But I popped a few plants out here. This is the blood orange tree we just picked up when we were in Boise the other day. And there's a grass and a fern. I just need to repot those, but I'd love to create like a real pretty space right here with actual potted things, not things in nursery containers. But we can just work on that now that we've got everything kind of cleaned up in here. And then on the little coffee table here, we've got the heather and the geranium. Isn't that pretty? Oh, what a fun place to sit. And then in this corner, oh my goodness, it's so much better. First off, the plants, I just groomed them and kind of condensed them into one space. So, you know, we've got the ivy topiary. That's the rosemary that came out of our Christmas arrangement from last year. We've got angel wing senecio, cut back the pansy here. That'll be fine and flush back for spring. We've got a couple, no, just one fern here. Couple of mangaves. These are the lysianthus we dug out of the cut flower garden, and so far they haven't done anything, but they look good. So we'll see. I mean, these are all budded up, but they were when we dug them out, so they just really haven't progressed. Lemon coral sedum, I decided to not cut them back. I cut back one just to see what it looks like, and I might come back through and do that, but I think they just get like a little winter color, and they're beautiful and they're huge, so I left them largely alone. Groomed up these Nagoya white kale. I'm excited to actually have some of these for spring planters. Usually, you know, you can only find these in the fall, but I think the white and the purple in particular are so pretty in the spring as well. So we're going to hopefully keep these looking good through the winter here. And then in this corner, oh my goodness. So I was able to scoot these sandboxes like 3 feet this way after removing that table and just kind of decongesting this space. I did move a chair closer, and we can move that back, but I kind of thought it might be nice for the kids to have a chair right next to them, but they'll still be able to get in here and play, and it actually is a little bit nicer because there's not a table right above them. Samantha has bonked her head on that table before. And then in this corner, we had 3 extension cords that were going nowhere. They were just like in a gob on the floor. So I took care of all those, got those all out of here, and then tried to wheel up all the rest of the cords as tidy as possible. This is just an inevitable thing in any space. You're going to have your sort of infrastructure or necessary items. So this reel right here has an extension cord, and that's the red one that's going along here, and that goes to power the pump over there. And I should rake the gravel here and kind of bury it a little bit. Maybe we'll do that. Then of course we've got our hose link, and we've got our fan. I'll start using that more when we've got seedlings in here And then of course, you know, electrical panel, there's a little switch that operates the blower that blows air between the 2 layers of plastic up here. And now I can get back here so much easier to access the hose. So nice. Before, the table came to like right here and I'd always snag on the table. In fact, let me show you what happens with those tables. If you get too close, you will snag everything that you wear out here. You can see like all of that right there. And the reason is because the edges, now this one's pretty good. Let me see if I can find one that's not good. This one's decent, but still, like where we cut the hardware cloth, there's some sharp edges. Oh, right here, this is a bad one. See how this one like comes out over the edge of the wood a little bit? Well, you lean over, you know, to get to the back and it just snags on your clothes and rips them. I've ripped so many things on these tables. I should like put some kind of a tape over them. Yeah, even that one has some sharp edges. And lastly, our work table. I got all of that cleared off the bottom. Oh, it's so nice to have a space that's just ready. It's ready for whatever project you work on, Russell. Russell's been my companion out here. Douglas was sleeping for a while. Whoops! Oh boy. Almost fell off there, dude. He was sleeping for a while over there until I brought the blower out and that freaks him out, so he took off. But I'm loving this so much. I love seeing some extra furniture in here because this space is so comfortable to be in. And when it's a sunny day, you can see we're kind of getting toward the end of it now. We don't have as much sun. But when it's sunny especially, it is so wonderful to be out here. I just love it. And let me show you what we ended up with out here. This is our garbage can full of all kinds of stuff, but we filled that up. These 2 planters where the furniture was, we're going to move those out to the high tunnel. And then look at the gator. This is all the stuff that just came out of the greenhouse. All of the unnecessary things that just piled up in there, minus like, you know, the furniture covers. I have that one. This is the love seat one. And like it feels extra wet too. I don't know. I'm letting it dry out. All of these things have spots in the barn to go. So we just need to park this in there and then just take everything to where it's supposed to be. It just kind of works out this way when you're working on projects and you need, you know, some of these in the greenhouse, but you accidentally bring too many. Or maybe you're potting up out of these into something else and you've got them in there and forget to go put them away. And, you know, saucers. You have a random saucer that you used once and didn't need to use it anymore, so it just stays in there for a while. It's like every other area of our house. That's what happens. And then every once in a while we have to go through and kind of do an overhaul and make it clean and organized again. But I just really love this greenhouse. This was one of the first things we did when we moved into the house. I mean, we moved in 2016 and it was May, the very first day of May. I think we had this put in the fall. There was lawn right here where the greenhouse is. And there was even like a little fence that ran on one side of there was gravel and then the fence and then the lawn. So we had the sod, we lifted the sod. Oh, that was a big job. And then put landscape fabric down, gravel, like Chad came in here and smoothed it all out and leveled it. And then the greenhouse went in. It wasn't heated at the time, but boy, we have used this structure so much. It's probably one of the most used structures on our entire property. And now we can come out here with our beverage. We can sit and relax while the kids play over here. It's going to be awesome. Which chair are you going to sit on first, Russell? Probably a blue one so that we get nice orange hair all over it, huh? Hi, buddy. Are you a good boy? You a good boy, Russell? Yeah. Anyway, guys, that is it for today's project. I'm so incredibly happy with everything in here and how it turned out. I think it's just going to make it so much more pleasant to be out here and to start projects. It makes me motivated to start more projects, and which in turn creates more of a mess. It's kind of a vicious cycle, but it's good. It's good, and I'm so thankful for this space. Russell's just like reaching out. What are you doing, bud? Hi. I know. Anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. It's just kind of the name of the game right now, just cleaning, prepping, organizing, and getting ready for the next season. And I think this video is going out the day before Christmas. If it is, Merry Christmas to all of you guys. Hope you are all able to spend time with friends and family. Hope you're all having a great holiday season. We will see you in the next video.